The water crisis on the Colorado River is set to continue into the coming year, with Arizona, Nevada, and Mexico once again taking mandatory reductions in their allocations. Federal officials confirmed the cuts in their annual forecast, reflecting the ongoing strain on a river system that supports 40 million people across the Southwest. Arizona will lose 18% of its share for another year, while Nevada's reduction will remain at 7% and Mexico's at 5%. California, which holds the most senior legal rights to the river, will avoid cutbacks for now, even as its neighbors endure shortages. The reductions highlight the deep mismatch between the river's shrinking supply and the enormous demand placed on it. Lake Mead and Lake Powell, the two major reservoirs that serve as the river's savings banks, have hovered near record lows in recent years. Since 2022, those declining levels have triggered automatic cutbacks, with Arizona's farming communities feeling the sharpest impact. Negotiations over the future of the river remain complicated. States must craft a new set of long-term operating rules by 2026, but the federal government has pressed for a preliminary agreement by mid-November. If they fail, Washington could impose its own plan, heightening tensions among the 7 U.S. states and Mexico that rely on the river. The debate largely splits between the upper basin states, Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, and New Mexico, and the lower basin states of California, Arizona, and Nevada. The upper basin argues it has never used its full allocation and shouldn't be forced to cut more, while the lower basin insists that all parties must share the pain as the climate grows hotter and drier. The problem is rooted in the 1922 Colorado River Compact, which divided the river's flows during an unusually wet period, leaving the system overpromised ever since. Some negotiators are rallying around a natural flow approach, which would base allocations on recent river conditions rather than outdated historical figures. Lower basin states have also put forward voluntary conservation plans that have bought some time, but experts caution that such measures are only stopgaps. Without long-term flexibility, we'll keep lurching from one emergency to the next, said John Berggren of Western Resource Advocates, a group focused on climate and water policy. Colorado's Commissioner Becky Mitchell struck a similar tone. We can and must do better. Nature isn't waiting for us. Adding to the uncertainty, nearly $400 million in Inflation Reduction Act funding meant for water-saving projects in tribal communities and upper basin states remains on hold. The freeze, ordered on President Donald Trump's first day in office, has left dozens of conservation projects in limbo. Colorado lawmakers have urged the administration to release the money, warning that critical progress is at risk of stalling. For now, the Southwest must continue to make do with less. The Colorado River still powers homes, grows food, and generates electricity at iconic sites like Hoover Dam, but its future is under mounting pressure. Without consensus and meaningful reform, officials warn the region could be facing a far deeper crisis in the years ahead.